up in the kitchen today, vibing. Hey, how you doing today? Celebrate you so some kind of way. Hey, how you doing today? We're gonna celebrate the day. Hello, hello, my loves. Welcome in, everyone. Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome into my kitchen. Hey, how you doing today? Now is the time to celebrate. Hey, how you doing today? We in the kitchen and feeling great. Hey, how you doing today? How you doing, y'all? We in the kitchen, so celebrate. Hey, how you doing today? Yeah, you're looking really great. Y'all, we are vibing today. As you can see, I have some beautiful vegetables. We are singing. We are celebrating abundance. I am so glad to be back in the kitchen today, y'all. And today, y'all, we are going to be making a recipe that I have made for many years. I would say I started making this recipe in 2016 when I met my best friend, aka Ace Anderson, and he taught me how to make Jamaican ackee. So today, that's what we're cooking up today, y'all. Hey, how you doing today? Jamaican ackee. Hey, how you doing today? Lift up your spirit and celebrate. Hey, how you doing today? How y'all doing today? I really hope y'all are having an abundant day. I hope your spirit is on a high vibration. Hello, TikTok. Y'all have joined. I know y'all singing along with me. Hello, YouTube. Y'all be coming through with all the kindness up on YouTube. I celebrate y'all today. Facebook, y'all my OGs, my mothers, my fathers, my family out there. And what is good? Instagram. Y'all know I keep it 100% with Instagram. I keep it 100% with y'all. So I'm so excited to get cooking, y'all. All right, so first things first, we gotta make sure our little girl Bonnet in the front is doing what she gotta do. And as you can see, y'all, look at this. Not me matching my pots and my pans. I just got this caraway set in recently. I would say in the past month. And I have been living for how fabulous it is. All right, so first things first, we need some oil. Typically, I would use coconut oil, but yeah, I don't really have any coconut oil right now, but I do have some olive oil. So I'm just gonna spray in a little bit of olive oil. Now, what's great about this recipe is if you are not using oil, if you're not using salt, you can omit all of that, y'all. You can use vegetable broth, you can use celery salt, or just omit the salt. It's still delicious, it's still fabulous, and it's still so savory. So a product we're gonna be using today, y'all, this right here, ackee. Y'all see this? Boom, boom, ba-doom, boom. Have y'all ever seen this before? Okay, if you live in Florida, you know that if you shop at Publix, you can find this in the aisle where they sell all of the Caribbean wonderful, delicious flavors. And this can, I would say this serves about let's see, it says it has 6 servings. Personally, I would say it has 4 servings because I'm a hungry girl. And I don't know how to explain it really. You gotta taste it to really understand exactly what the texture is and the savoriness of it. But what I would say is honestly, it kind of has a similar texture to eggs. A lot of people will argue with me. They'll be like, girl, that don't taste like eggs. It don't taste like eggs, but it has a kind of similar, kind of like scrambled eggs texture. But it's technically a fruit, and it grows on trees actually with this red, pinkish color covering it, the skin of it, and then these pods, these seeds. And you actually can't eat the fruit until the seeds burst open, and then the fruit is ready to harvest, and then you can start cooking it up. So I love to either use the canned version, or actually my grandmother on Ace's side, she actually has an ackee tree, so we be harvesting that, she be freezing it up, we got the hook up, y'all. So now, as this is heating up, I do have to chop up some of my vegetables, And you can slice them or you can dice them. I just really wanted to use my fun little tool we got here. If y'all want to know where I'm getting all of my equipment, all of my tools, go to my Amazon store. I have a full Amazon store where we'll be posting all of my recipes, the same recipes you be seeing on Instagram, the same kind of content. I be posting that, but you can find out exactly what I'm using. So there you go. There's the hacks for your snacks. All right, this part is really fun, y'all. I hope you see it. Can y'all see it? I'm gonna move this over so y'all can get a good look at what we got going on in here. Now, what I'm gonna do is I am just going to slice these, and this is gonna help dice them. Boom! It's so much fun. I love it every time. I try to use this, honestly, as much as I can, just because it's really fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you take a boxing class, some people like to, like, boom, 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 you know, like punch boxing thing. You know what I'm saying? But this is like my boxing class right here. It's like, if I'm feeling some kind of way, it's like, you know what, onions? You know what, bell peppers? Bam! Take it. I see you. All right, so I got my onions, and I'm actually going to throw these into my pan with all my oil, and we should be able to hear it start sizzling and cooking on up. And while that's sizzling and cooking on up, we're going to do the same thing to our bell peppers. So we have green bell peppers and red bell peppers that we're going to be using. All you have to do is just slice it. As you can see, obviously I'm not sticking like a whole bell pepper in there. You still have to kind of cut it into pieces. But you know what? It makes the whole situation a lot easier. Like, I suggest y'all get one of these. I could not, like, honestly, they didn't pay me to say this. This is not sponsored, y'all. Okay, this is just truth. I'm obsessed. I love it. There's so many different variations of this kind of tool, but it really just makes things a lot easier. Like, I could sit here and use a knife, and I could go, which is, you know, cathartic and meditative in its own way, or I could do this. I could slice it just like this, and that's what I'm gonna do. Now, if you want to, you can separate. I can take this out, but since we're cooking the bell peppers together, I'm gonna add in that red bell pepper. There she goes. Slice it up, slice it up, hey. Slice it up with just a stamp of your hand. Slice it up, dice it up. Slice it up with just a slap of your hand. I love it. Oh my God. Now this person hiring me to create a whole jingle based on this. Okay, because that was low-key a good jingle. Let's not play games, y'all. All right, so Ace introduced me to this recipe, y'all. There's so many different ways that you can make Caribbean recipes. And not only that, there's so many different ways that you can make just Jamaican ackee by itself, y'all. I actually had the blessing, the privilege, the honor to make this same recipe for Food Network. Check it out on, honestly, everywhere. Like, if you know me, if you type in One Great Vegan, Food Network, you're gonna find me making this delicious recipe, chatting about my life, singing my song, doing my dance, speaking my truth, and vibing with the people we love. So this is just cooking down, y'all. I'm gonna add in a little bit of my salt, my pepper up in there. Let's get this over here so y'all can see. Y'all know I like to start so many of my recipes with onions and oil. But I know a lot of people actually can't eat onions, y'all. I'm learning this because Ace recently has discovered, oh wait, I can't eat raw onions. Any kind of onion or garlic, he has to have it fully cooked down if he's going to consume it, y'all. So we're just gonna let these cook on down. I might use my big girl burner in the back, cause y'all, this is my first meal of the day. We gotta eat, okay? Okay, yeah, hey. Big girl burner in the back, hey, hey, hey. Big girl burner in the back, hey, 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 hey. Big girl burner in the back. I love that at this point, this many years, how many years have I been doing this? 4 years into doing these live streams. I love that our big girl burner in the back always has her own song because that's the only thing that makes sense, y'all. I mean, she's so powerful. We love our big girl burner. Now, here's the thing about the caraway pots and pans, y'all. You want to make sure you're cooking it on medium to low heat. You don't want to put any too high heat on it. So I always just like to be, you know, very delicate with my little items and things like that, because it's kind of like my gadgets, you know. if Ace has camera equipment and lighting equipment, or maybe you have a sewing machine or a guitar, those are the things that you invest in, right? And you really want to take care of those things. So for me, it's my pots and the pans, it's my cutting boards, and it's my knives. So I want to make sure I'm always cleaning it, using things that aren't going to scrape it up. And actually recently I had to invest in a silicone whisk because I didn't want my metal whisk scraping up the bottom of that. So if y'all have any questions about that, feel free to ask me. I posted a video chit-chatting all about my delicious pots and pans. So yeah, y'all, feel free. Let me see if there's any questions that I can answer. Y'all are going crazy on TikTok. I love it. Ooh, this feels very warm, but also I'm like, let's not get too warm. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful. Oh, I love, okay, so some of y'all, sometimes when I do these live streams, some of y'all be asking me a lot of questions specifically about why I'm vegan. And I just saw on TikTok, like 2 or 3 people were asking me, like, why are you vegan? Why are you vegan? Oh man, what's crazy is at this point, there's so many reasons. Like, it's not just health, it's not just the aspect of like feeling better every day. It's also the fact that like, I don't have to partake in any kind of like suffering or death or like, any kind of like energy that's low vibrational. I get to exist in an energy that's literally about nourishing my body with foods that are beautiful, colorful, delicious, and I didn't have to create no suffering. I mean, come on. Who doesn't want to live that life, y'all? And the easiest way to do that, honestly, is by eating really delicious plant-based food. Like this meal we are cooking up. Ooh. Yes. These onions are getting nice and cooked down, sauteed up. Ooh, not me flinging onion all the way over there, y'all. Crazy. So yeah, so back in, man, when did it all begin? I would say it all started when my dad honestly took me to a vegan restaurant when I was like 12 years old. So I guess maybe it was, I don't even know how long ago. It felt like very early 2000s. And luckily that restaurant is still around today. Shout out to Spiral Diner. Y'all are converting people. Y'all didn't even know. Y'all with your chickpea smash goodness, okay? So I had this delicious sandwich. I had this wonderful experience. And I remember as an adult thinking later in 2011, being like, wait, like when I decided I was going to start eating vegan, I was like, wait, I remember there was good food I could eat. I remember seasoning and spices being a thing. And also being Caribbean, you grow up around, bell peppers and onions and thyme and green onions. So, it kind of makes it easier to understand why you season your food. Oh, I wish y'all could smell this. Look at this. Just our onions. That's it. It's just onions cooking, y'all, but it's good onions cooking. All right, so our onions are about almost like 50% cooked, like nice and clear and translucent. So I'm going to add in a sprinkle of some salt, and then we're going to add in our bell peppers as well. Cook it all down. Now this recipe is traditionally served with fish, saltfish. So a lot of people who are eating plant-based or vegan, they'll actually use like jackfruit or mushroom and get it nice and thin and kind of create something that's similar. But for me, I like the ackee just by itself. And yeah, I'm a simple girl, y'all. I don't be getting too crazy with it, okay? So also, let's add in some green onion. Oh, I love green onion. In fact, let me save a little bit just to top it off. Y'all see this? I'll be doing this in my videos. I'll be like, ooh, I poured in too much. Let me take out some. Or let's say my video wasn't recording and I poured it in. I'm like, dang, now I gotta take it all out and then pour it back in just for like that 0.2 second shot. I love it. It's the commitment for me. It's the commitment. Look at these colors, y'all. Vibrant, healthy, vitamins, minerals, deliciousness. If you don't like bell peppers, y'all, like you need to hop on and start seasoning them. Do not be eating no plain bell peppers unless you're eating it with some delicious dip and using it as a chip. Don't be eating no plain bell peppers. Y'all see this? Ooh. So good. I love it. Honestly, growing up Caribbean, for real, we was eating bell peppers like as often as we could. Now, I will say my family, they really, I don't know if they were sheltering me from exactly what the financial situation was, but they really was not rolling in the dough. I know that. And so we did eat a lot of like hot dogs and like processed meats, which is crazy because I would just like never want to do that now. But you know, they were trying to make it work. They didn't know exactly what they should have been feeding me at that time. They knew to a certain extent, like, oh, we should have salad, we should have greens, we should have fruits, we should eat vegetables. But, you know, they didn't know that they shouldn't be feeding me, like, you know, some crazy stuff that I would prefer not to be in my body. But, you know, I give them forgiveness. I give them, you know, they were trying their best they could. And honestly, being a parent is not easy, especially when your kids, like, oh my goodness, I'm not gonna eat this, I'm not gonna eat this. Talking to a lot of my friends who have kids or having babies recently, you know, they'll be telling me, and I'm like, dang, like, I didn't realize it was like that. I didn't realize it was like, I'm not eating it, my mouth ain't opening, it ain't happening. And it's like, me as an adult, I'm like, no, this kid's gonna eat this, but since I don't have children just yet, you know, I'm a little bit ignorant. So I always try to recognize when I don't know everything, right? And when there's room for me to learn. So I suggest you do that today. If you learn anything from this nice little live cooking show we got going on right here, so just take a moment to humble yourself. Humble yourself in the moments when you want to the least. It's gonna be so difficult, but wow, the reward, the payment afterwards of the growth that you can grow from actually listening to somebody who might have a different opinion than what you believe for however long you believe, whatever you've been instilled to believe. It's okay. It's okay to question it. And you know what? Find yourself back to whatever makes you happy. I've had to find that out a lot, y'all. I really had to dig deep into, you know, finding the balance between like work and pleasure and, you know, like sustaining myself as a business owner and being in a relationship, being in a marriage, and like, oh snap, I gotta plan for children, I'm trying to plan for a home, I'm trying to plan for all these things. It's crazy, but what I've learned in all of it through the years, honestly, if we're being 100% recently, what I've learned is live in the moment. Live in the moment. Yes, it's good to plan, get your debt taken care of, get your savings in order, but also exist. Be present. Concern yourself not with what is to come. Concern yourself only with what is happening in the moment. Exist presently in the moment. And this is something you have to constantly remind yourself. This isn't something like, oh, just exist in the moment. Bye. Oh, it's easy. No, it's not easy. Let's say you're going through a breakup. Let's say you're going through some family loss. Let's say you're going through some crazy financial situation. Let's say you're going through a job, like you just got fired from your job. How am I going to exist in the moment when I don't know how to pay my food? I don't know how I'm getting a roof over my head. I don't know. There's a lot of I don't know. There's a lot. And within that I don't know, it might not be consistently able to, but find a moment, even if it's one moment in months, even if it's one moment every hour, even if it's one moment every day. Find a moment to be present and ask yourself, what do I want and what can I do about what I want? This is powerful. It's powerful. And see what happens. Lean into it. Try it out. Just see. See what happens if you spend one moment a day on a thought of what you truly desire and what you potentially could have and exist in. Can y'all tell I've been watching some documentaries? Can y'all tell I've been digging deep? Okay, listen. Come on now, y'all. Life is about existing truthfully, abundantly, vivaciously in the moment. So now, y'all see I'm cooking up my bell peppers. I want these to cook down a little bit more. I'm gonna add in, if y'all don't know about Scotch bonnet pepper, y'all need to start buying Scotch bonnet pepper. This is just one half of it. Habanero pepper for some people, Scotch bonnet pepper for other people. There actually are differences. One's a little bit sweeter, one's a little bit spicier. But honestly, whenever I go shopping, I'm just like, it'll work for this recipe. What I love about this pepper specifically, it does have that sweetness. It does have that spiciness. And it's not like crazy spicy, like ghost pepper spicy, but it is heat. It's gonna bring the heat. That's why, notice how I'm not adding in the whole thing. Do not add in the whole thing unless you're making a very delicious sauce, like I've made my jerk sauce. Y'all was going crazy. Y'all was like, she just added in a whole pepper. Is she crazy? Yes, it's delicious. You could water it down, y'all. You could just add in some more bell peppers, add in some more greens, to make it less spicy if you need to. But for this recipe, we're doing half of a Scotch bonnet pepper, all minced up, cute and tiny. I suggest also, if you're slicing up a bell pepper or a Scotch bonnet pepper, try to touch it the least amount that you can. At least the skin and the seeds and all of those things, like the insides, try to touch it the least amount, especially if you wear contacts. Trust me, if you wear contacts, you do not want to be touching a Scotch bonnet pepper, and then even after washing your hands 5-6 times, you don't want to be taking your contact out. Like, I'm just, like, this is on the DL for y'all, just so you know. Trust me, I've suffered enough so that you could find out exactly you don't want to be cooking bell pepper. So, I suggest either wearing some gloves or finding a way to slice it with your knife. Next recipe video, I do Scotch bonnet. I'll show y'all exactly how I slice it. So that way, y'all don't be hurting yourself. Y'all don't be getting too spicy. All right, beautiful. Now let's add in some thyme. Oh, this is so satisfying. If you have never removed thyme from its stem in this way that I'm about to show you, y'all go run, walk, crawl, go get yourself some thyme. So see this? Boom. You gotta be kind of gentle. You're just gonna run your fingers or your fingernails down, and it just comes off perfectly. Oh, it's so satisfying. It's meditative in a way. You know how people have like sand gardens and they'll play in the sand gardens? This is my sand garden. Taking the leaves off of thyme. I'm adding in just about half of a tablespoon. You really don't gotta add in too much. There we go. There she glows. Oh. And some people will just keep the stems in there, which I respect. I hear you on that. But sometimes for the ackee, I don't like the stems. I don't like the stems in it. For other recipes like the brown stew or even like the jerk, sometimes I'll leave in the stems and I'm like, it'll get blended up, it'll be fine. But not for this one, because I want to be able, everyone to be able to bite into it and not feel like, you know, there's something impeding the deliciousness. So there we go. Just delicately taking off the leaves. Beautiful. Oh, this looks so good. Now we're letting this cook up. We got our bell peppers, we got our thyme, we got our onions, we got our green onions, we got our salt. I might add in just a splash more of some salt because I really want this nice and seasoned, because we're gonna cook these down until these bell peppers are nice and just translucent and beautiful. And then y'all, we're gonna add in our ackee. And the reason why is you actually want to cook the ackee with no heat. You want to take it off the heat and then mix it in, and then you serve it, because if it's too hot, it'll actually start to break apart. So let's put this on our big girl burner in the back. Boom. And I know she's gonna cook up just good. And then y'all, we can actually turn this off, and when we come back, we'll pour in all of our delicious ackee, and then we're gonna top it off with some smoked paprika, salt, and pepper to taste. I don't really like to use pepper in this specific recipe, but if you like pepper, in your eggs, you might wanna be adding in some pepper. Y'all hear that sizzle in the back? She already cooking up real cute. I hear it, I love it. So, people wanna know, where can I get this? Why would I get this? Well, number one, you can get this online, or you can get this at a grocery store that sells like Caribbean food. When I lived in Texas, we were getting it at like Fiesta Market, or even like a Jamaican Caribbean market. Some Indian markets will sell this. If you live in Florida, a Publix will sell this. If you live in New York, there's a lot of different places in New York, New Jersey, you could definitely find it. But if you want direct access, you don't want to deal with all the nonsense, online. They sell it in cases. And once you try it, you might want to buy it in cases, because it's just one of those things that is really delicious to quickly make. It's basically like scrambled eggs, but obviously we're not using eggs today, y'all, so I love it. I love it so much. Okay, for some reason, somebody wants to know, why do you never do, what was that? Okay, somebody asked me, why do I never do baking? I feel called out. I feel seen. Well, to be honest, the reason I never do much baking is because I hate measuring things. I can do it. I have the patience to do it, but my passion comes from throwing things in, sprinkling this in, tossing that in, and just letting it flow. And with baking, you do have to be a little bit more precise. I love me some raw vegan baking because with that, you actually don't have to be that precise. Unless it comes to like, you know, if you want it to be nice and smooth and creamy and whatever it is, that you do have to be kind of specific about. So let's check in and see how she cooked it up. Ooh. Yes. Beautiful. Oh, let's not fall out though, girl. Get back in there. Delicious. Oh, I love the color we are getting. What is that color even coming from? Maybe it's coming from the Scotch bonnet. Beautiful. Okay, perfect. Now, let me see. Pop on here real quick. Somebody said, I'm from NYC. Then you know about ackee. Have y'all ever had ackee in like if you've ever had like a Jamaican, like a patty or like I don't know, sometimes I've seen them in like rice bowls. I've seen them in different forms, but my favorite way, honestly, to eat them, I like it with toast. Sometimes Ace will make like a nice little dumpling, a fried dumpling, which is basically low-key just fried dough. It's so good. I love seeing them in empanadas, which I might have to make that recipe, y'all. I might have to make some like ackee empanada, cheesy, hearty, something hearty, and then remove some chickpeas. Because ackee is good, but sometimes it needs a little hardiness to kind of break up kind of like the scrambled eggness of it. I need to be as crazy and wild as you. Okay. Hey man, listen, sing your song, do your dance, speak your truth. You know what I'm saying? Live your life as you, fam. Honestly, I don't even think that I'm like that crazy or wild. I'm pretty tame, y'all. My whole life I've been kind of like that, like the good kid who really didn't get into stuff. I would guess what you would call, what's the word that people use? Straight edge. That was me in like high school and some parts of college. And then later in college, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna experiment, I'm gonna have fun. And then I'm grateful I did it when I was older because then I found balance. And I was like, oh, I don't need to be doing all that. You know what I'm saying? I could be working on my dreams and grinding hard and going hard in my dreams every single day in every single kind of way and making delicious food. Oh, I love to hear this sizzling. Beautiful. Hey, 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 bell pepper, hey, 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 bell pepper, hey, 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 bell pepper, ackee, ding. Oh, y'all, I wish you could smell my kitchen right now because it smells savory with the thyme. That Scotch bonnet pepper is really just, it's making everything smell so good. And I'm not turning on my fan right now, so you know I'm getting all of that scents going on. You have a big personality, and that's awesome. No need to explain. Oh, thank you so much. You know what's crazy about life is when I was a small child, I was really, really shy. I was just like, not about talking to people. I was just like trying to hide behind my dad's legs, like at all time. Anytime I was around adults, I was really scared. And then doing theater really brought me out of my shyness. It made me feel like it's okay to mess up because there is really no mess up. You're just existing. You're just having fun. And there's a lot of really cool things that you learn as a performer, as an artist, as an entertainer that are really important as just an exister of life, letting go, existing in the moment, breathing. These are all things that you kind of like learn if you study acting or performance, even dance or art in any kind of way. And I've noticed that even though my life goes through periods where I'll do acting and I'll not do acting, or I'll do performing and I'll not do performing, those attributes are really helpful. You know, there's stretches I learned in acting school that I still do today. There's breathing techniques that I do today, warm-ups that I still do today, that just, you know, make me feel grounded and more present in the moment, y'all. Ooh. Let's see. Oh, yes. I want y'all to see this delicious vegetable. Oh, y'all see this? Ooh. Spicy. That spiciness went directly into my throat. Hello. I see you. Okay, so she gonna be spicy. That's why I only used half. I was not playing games today, y'all. All right, so as you can see, our bell peppers, our red and our green, our onions, everything is cooked up beautifully. It's a little bit, you still want to have just a little bit of bite to those bell peppers because it's really going to help break up all of that scrambled egg-like texture that comes from the ackee. So, it's time, y'all. I'm so excited for y'all to see exactly what this looks like. All right, so I've drained the water out of this. You don't want it too watery or else it ain't cute. Make sure to just like, you know, put it over a sink. See, there was still water in there, y'all. We gotta drain out all that water. And then, pour it in. Look at that. Look at that. Y'all see that? That is amazing. And you gently, very gently mix it together. Nothing. You want to keep most of that texture as firm together still as possible. And breakfast is served, honey. Brunch, lunch, dinner, or a snack. Sprinkle over a little smoked paprika and a little salt. The smoked paprika. This is the moment. She is having her moment. Smoked paprika, hey, hey. Smoked paprika and green onions. Sprinkle over that fresh green onion. And y'all, oh, it smells so good. That's hot. Let's not lift that part up. Y'all see this? Oh my goodness. This is a traditional Jamaican recipe. Easy to make, simple, fabulous. And now I'm gonna have a bite. And yes, I'm gonna eat directly from the pan because I'm that girl. And it's my food, and it's my kitchen, and it's my family. So we all just dig on in. Oh, I don't want that full Scotch bonnet. I'll see you. Mm-hmm. Mm. 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 Oh. Mm. Hallelujah! It's so good. It's just like unlike anything vegan that you could ever make. If you really want to elevate it, you could add in some just egg or some, you know, some vegan egg of sorts and bind it together to create a delicious, amazing, hearty omelet or a scramble. But it don't even need it. It's so good. The bell peppers, it looks different, y'all. This ain't your average meal, but it about to be because it's so good. Simple. You can meal prep this, put it in a taco, serve it with some beans, with some chickpea, with some lentil, serve it with some rice. Like I said, you can do some bread on some toast, make a sandwich. This is good. Yeah. Okay. I love it. If you want to, you can add in some black salt to give it more of like that eggy flavor. This is good by itself. It's got the perfect amount of spiciness, y'all. And I really hope you try this recipe. Oh, beautiful. I love the color. I love the vibrancy. I love the vibes. I love the honor to our African and our Caribbean ancestors. And I just love how delicious and simple it is to make. Y'all know I love a simple recipe. Under 10 ingredients. Fabulous. And it's just a blessing to my spirit and my soul. If y'all are looking for more recipes just like this, you can actually go to onegreatvegan.com, and I have a blog with more Caribbean infused recipes, Latin recipes, Italian, American, soul food, whatever you need today. For real, like, there's so many different kinds of recipes for drinks and desserts. So go there, and you can also find my cookbook on onegreatvegan.com. I really hope y'all make this recipe. Feel free to check out the full recipe video on Food Network. Just type in Gabrielle Reyes Food Network. It should pop up like pretty quick, no lie, y'all. So I hope y'all enjoy. Dig on into this Jamaican feast. Thank you so much for vibing with me, y'all. And do not forget, at the end of the day, no matter what comes your way, always sing your song, do your dance, and most importantly, get my teeth clean for this one. Most importantly, always, always speak your truth. You are light. Goodbye, my loves. I will see you all next time. Hello, 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 my loves. Goodbye, 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 my loves. Goodbye, goodbye.